Chicken here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we just finished up the Tribal and Prototype Reset live stream, and unfortunately, we didn't get any new prototypes for this cycle. We just got some of the old ones cycled in. We got the Laser Beam back, and we got the Damage Amp back. But other than that, we didn't. These are all the old prototypes. We didn't get any of the new ones. I don't know why. That doesn't seem to make much sense. Like, at least give us one of them. But that being said, we also have new tribes, and my initial reaction was these tribes are terrible, but this is, like, the artillery damage is huge. This is a game changer in itself. Just being able to take out specific key defenses is going to make a massive difference. But the biggest one, guys, this is what I want to talk about today, the Grenadier speed. So I want to load up all the Grens, and I want to load up a few boats and medics. Or at least just two, and we want to keep that Gren speed. So what we're going to be doing is I'm just going to boost up the troop damage to 4. We'll just boost up all our troop damage and nothing else. And I want to show you some comparisons here. So we'll go into the attacks, and we just did the craziest attack I think I've ever had playing the game. We did an all Grenadier solo on. We did a core rush. Like you would with Zookas, with Grenadiers, which was pretty insane. I've never done something like that before and have it actually work. So we got all the Grens out, and look how fast that they move. Like, it's just nuts. This is Grenadier movement speed on 100%, and you see they actually stay in the smoke pretty well. And let's just take a look at how quickly that they're able to melt down this HQ, and then compare that with once we get the statues loaded up. So you see I throw Private Bullet down there on the beaches to distract a little bit, and we also just threw out something that we'll get to in a minute. But look at how quickly that they melt everything. Like, they vaporize everything that's behind the HQ within 2 shots. Because they're just throwing it so... Because it's also their movement speed, but it's also their shot speed, right? So they're doing a lot more damage because they're shooting more frequently. So let's compare that with... we'll try to find a player base here. And see if we can duplicate... Or just see how this is going to go with... Just going with the boosted troop damage this time. Okay, so we also have the second wind ability for some reason. I had a hunch that this was probably supposed to come out on the Mega Crab, and it was just we just got it right after, like right towards the end of it for some reason. I'm not sure if they said that was going to be coming initially, but we have the extra gunboat ability. So we're going to be trying to put it to use, and the artillery damage has also been pretty fantastic. So we'll go ahead like this, and we'll get the medics loaded up there by hitting 1 mine. We'll get bullet about to come out, and we'll go like that. We'll shock bullet, and we'll shock over here and shock over here. Now keep in mind, this time we have all of our troop damage statues boosted. So look at the damage that we're going to be throwing out here, guys. Like, it's just silly. We got another taunt going off there with bullet, and I think this guy must have some ice statue somewhere. And then we'll get another taunt going off, I guess, and then we have the extra artillery damage to finish that out. Come on, Grens, come on, just a couple more shots. Boom! That's insane, man. That's insane. Core rushing with Grens. I never thought it would be a thing, but apparently it is now, guys. Apparently it is now. And I'm not sure why we have, like I said, I'm not sure why we have the second wind ability, but I mean, I'm not going to complain about it. It's an extra gunboat ability, but it would have been nice to have the extra abilities on the crab. So we're going to be trying to take down as many bases as we can. Just doing Gren rushes today. That's all we're doing today, guys. We're just doing some crazy Gren rushes. And the good thing about using Grens in this fashion is, obviously, Grenadiers have an insanely long amount of range. So you're able to stand back really far. I mean, look at this. They're already taking stuff down before I can even get them into the line. They look so goofy when they run, too. Oh, man, I love these Grens. Okay, so we'll go bang, bang, and then we'll flare them right up onto the HQ. The medics should kind of... Okay, they shouldn't go too much farther. Okay, holy Jesus, it's hard to control them when they do that. We'll go like that, and like this. And we got all the Grens coming off. Do we have a smoke timer delay or something? It feels like the smoke is going a lot slower than normal. Okay, this is not going to work, guys. This is not going to work. We need to clear it a little bit better of a path here to be able to do this. So the thing about Grens too, very squishy, guys. They're not gonna last. They're not gonna last any longer. This guy does have some boosted ice too, so I mean, Sure, they're fun and they're goofy. I wouldn't say it's a good strategy. It's just the fact that you can almost get away with doing it is kind of why we're going over today. So let's go ahead and find a new base and dive into Mearsburg here and see what we can get done. So this guy's got a shield. So this is going to be interesting. So let's try to figure out a plan for this. Now, obviously you can get the Grens to stand back a little bit farther, right? But it's going to be better. It's going to be better. You're going to get more damage done if you're sitting up close to them. So we also have the artillery damage, and it increased from 6,000 to just under 10,000. So the artilleries are extremely strong right now. So that's definitely something to keep in mind when you're, like when you're taking out specific key defenses and stuff. That your artilleries are now sometimes going to be more useful than a barrage, especially in terms of saving your gunboat energy. So we're going to go all the way up to this corner here. And watch how fast these Grens are going to be. Like, the medics can't keep up. Nobody can keep up. Look at these friggin' sprinters. Oh my god. Like, I can barely even put the smokes down. They get going that quickly. Okay, so we got... Wow. Grens. Where are you going, boys? Where are you going? Okay, we'll go like this, and then we'll go like that, and then we'll get a taunt going off. I probably shouldn't have flared the core, but I think that's okay. They're actually, they're putting some work in, guys. They're putting some work in. The shock launcher is probably going to wreck us pretty quickly. But, I mean, for the goofy attack that it was, you can't say that it was any worse than you thought it was going to be. So we got them back there in the corner. It looks like they are going to go down. But everyone's got the crab trophies out, guys. If you haven't seen, if you are just subscribing to the chicken today... We did a huge amount of Mega Crab stuff over the weekend that you should definitely check out. The second last live stream was... All the streams were good, but the second last one was really, really good, guys. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, what else do we got here? What else do we got? Shock Blaster 3 damage. In my opinion, that's too specific. It's too specific of a prototype. Like, why not just make it Shock Blaster damage? Rocket Launcher health, that's going to suck. That's also going to kind of offset the artillery damage that we get. So you see right there, artillery damage plus 50% for 2 weeks. Heavy damage, we'll probably go ahead and boost that up just to get some all-heavy attacks going. Wood production, I'm not going to worry about that. The production in Boom Beach is basically pointless. And yeah, I was kind of disappointed that we didn't get any new prototypes. But the good thing about this is that they reset every single week, so it's not going to be too long before we don't have them again. But yeah, I guess we could try, instead of doing Smoky Grens, we could just try... using them how you're supposed to use them, right? Like taking out rocket launchers and things like that, and just kind of throwing them back. I'm not a Gren expert by any means, so it could get a little greasy here, but with fully boosted troop damage, I think we'll be okay. I am going to throw a second wind right about there. And did any riflemen even come out? Okay, they did come out. I was going to say, holy jeez. Alright, so we'll go like this, and we'll get another super artillery. So let's see what the artillery can do against the shock launcher. That's just 2 of them there, and that's going to take it down. That's insane. So we'll go like this, and we'll go with 2 artilleries right there. That's 20. That's almost 20k health gone just purely in the artilleries that we threw out, which is pretty crazy. I'm going to throw a taunt down here. Man, taunt is so bad. It's so bad right now. We'll go like this. We'll shock the SEMO, and we're just crushing, guys. We're just crushing this base. This is the way to do it. I mean, just because they don't work all the time when you're rushing the core, they're ridiculously strong, just clearing bases. So maybe we can find a tough one to take out like this, and see the difference. Because I mean, we basically did like a kind of a save the core version. So what I'm thinking is Grens with Everspark would probably work really, really well, especially right now with the increased movement speed. It should just be a ton of Grenadier stuff. We'll get a boosted up artillery down on that HQ. Is gonna be enough to take it down, just about, and boom, Mearsburg goes down. So let's bring Everspark along and see how this is gonna work. I know we're kind of running over the usual time today, but we're just having so much fun with these Grens, guys. Okay, so we'll pick Everspark, we'll pick the Critter Swarm, and we have any player bases left. We got Funny Dog loaded up here, and yeah, I would still say that you need to have. I'd still say that you need to have. You need to have what, chicken? You need to have. You need to have medics. I wouldn't, just because they're so, the Grenadiers themselves, they're so weak. Even a couple splashes from a rock launcher is enough to just end them, so it's definitely worth bringing the medics. Typically you would go 4-4 Gren meds, but you don't need to now with just the rate of fire. Like it kind of evens out, because they're not getting damaged that much because they're just throwing out so much stuff here. They don't even really need to worry about it, obviously depending on the types of bases you're attacking. But also bring Everspark Grens, maybe not a great idea now that I'm looking at it, because all the critters that we're able to get up, the Grens are just melting. They're also melting the second wind troops, which is kind of rude of them, but it's just carnage. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just crazy. I'm loving using the Grens like this. It's really fun. Because I don't typically use Gren, so it's nice to switch it up a bit, especially after the crab, just doing some goofy kind of attacks. This is the way to deal with the crab hangover. Just do some goofy light stuff that you wouldn't normally be doing. It doesn't have to be serious pushing all 100% of the time, guys. Sometimes it's nice just to boost up that Gren movement speed. Throw out Everspark or some critters, have a sandwich, and just kind of be on your way. Guys, that is going to wrap it up for the video today. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, let me know what your favorite tribe is. Let me know some strategies that you're using now with the Gren movement speed being so insane. Also pairing that with the second wind, and I know we're disappointed about not getting a prototype, but we'll have them here next week, guys. We'll have them here next week. So guys, that is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you next one, guys. Chicken out.